What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So I was watching The Art of Dialogue. He interviews a lot of different people. He was interviewing Lord Jamar, right? Lord Jamar, like, he is a great interview. I don't care what platform he on, whether when he was on Vlad TV, his own platform, doing interviews with other people. He's very insightful. He's very candid, unfiltered, and a lot of people appreciate it, right? So they asked him about, Art asked him, do you feel like do you feel like Puff contributed to Big's death? Or something along those lines. And Lord Jamar responded, yeah. He felt like it was foolish to take him to LA, to take Big to LA after Pac's death, after his untimely demise, to take, everybody knew it was like the East Coast, West Coast beef. The labels were into it with each other. So he like, why would you take your big artist to do promotion in LA for Life After Death album? It didn't make sense. Why go out there when you know tension is high between these two camps? When you know LA, California in general, the world love Pac too, but you going out in LA, they love him out there. Why would you go out there and do that promotion? And then why would you take him to a party while he's out there, right? And so, to a degree, I agree. Like, okay, why would you sign off on him doing promotion in LA? Why would you allow that? Why would you let him go to a party out there in LA to have fun and kick it when you know it's serious business going on behind closed doors, behind the scenes? But also, I love Big Papa as a rapper just as much as the next man does. As much as I'm a fan of Big's music, that was a foolish move on his part. Even if Puffy say, yo, we got to go to LA to do promotion. If I'm Big, I'm telling Puff, no, I'm not going out there, dog. There's no way in hell I'm going out there, bro. Do you know how high the tensions are between our camp? Like, it's people that really feel like, hey, did Big and Puffy and them have something to do with Pac being killed? Like, when you know that's like a thing or rumor in the street, I'm not going out to LA and testing my luck. I'm just not doing that. Some other people might feel like, oh, it's cool. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And so I feel like him doing that, like, I feel like Big could have stopped it and say, no, I ain't going out there, bro. We can go to other places. Hell, we can go to Vegas. Shit, we can go to Arizona. We can go to Seattle. I'm not going to LA. Right? And then Big is a grown man. He, like, Puff didn't make him go to that party. You know what I mean? Like, he could have, unless I'm getting it wrong, maybe if Gene Deal may have did an interview where he said Big didn't want to go and Puff made him. I'm not sure if that's the case. But in any other situation, like, Big still, regardless, Big could have told him, no, man, I'm not going to no parties out here, bro. There's no way I'm finna be kicking it, having a good time, relaxing, and knowing the tension and what's really going on out here, knowing how people feel about him. Then, not only just that, Big went on radio in LA and was out there dissing Pac. It sounded like a Pac diss 100%. 100%. I know a lot of people from New York try to deny it, and I know because you love Eric, I understand. That's just y'all guy, right? That's y'all guy. So you gotta hold down fort for Big Papa. And I feel like Big is like one of that's my brother's favorite rapper of all time. God rest my brother's soul. So I became a fan of Big, listening to Big with my older brother, right? But you gotta be honest, man. He was taking shots at Pac in that freestyle he did at the LA radio station. Come on, bro. Like, that just doesn't make sense. It's just sounding like you wanting to create a recipe for disaster and create some type of hysteria or controversy around you. And Big ain't never had to do that to sell no music. He was just that magical as a rapper, bro. The way his delivery, his flow, his wordplay, lyricism was outstanding, next level. He was ahead of his time with the lyricism that he had, way ahead of his time. And he just sounded good over beats, and he just made music that people wanted to vibe to, along with that production that Puff was getting him. That shit was, what? Peanut butter and jelly, Kool-Aid and sugar. You hear me? Ham and burger. Let me stop. Shout out to the Friday movie. That's a Friday reference, man. No ham, no burger, Kool-Aid, no sugar, peanut butter, no jelly. But anyway, yeah. I felt like Big didn't have to do that. Like, to create any controversy while he was out there, throw no shots or none of that. Leave that alone. If you was going to be out there, first of all, you shouldn't have been in LA at all. Cali at all. But if you're going to go there, you know, I'm going back to Cali. Listen, if you're going to do that, if you're going to go out there, please do not ruffle no feathers. And you know they ruffle feathers with how people love Pac on the West Coast. And I'm going to add this in too, man. Like, Big had an infatuation with Def. Him and Pac both. And I never understood it. Like, it's almost like these young shorties now that, like, the drill rappers that have an infatuation with them dying or losing homies or being dead in the street or being locked up. There is power in the tongue. And they talked about it so much. Big had first album, Ready to Die. Second album, Life After Death. Like, bro, it's no way. Him and Pac both. And I believe, like, the power in the tongue, they spoke about it so much. It helped to create an aura of, like, death around them, along with the rash decisions that they made and, you know, the stuff that they was involved in and how hostile they can both be at times. When, I mean, on the outset, Big seemed to be a lot more chill and reserved. Outwardly, to other people, Pac was a lot more, like, outwardly showing rage a lot. You know what I mean? Big had his moments, but it was behind closed doors for the most part. Pac was having rage in public. But, yeah, that infatuation with Def also, I feel like, kind of brought that cloud on him. So, yeah, Big could have stopped himself from going to L.A. He didn't have to diss Pac on the radio and on L.A. radio. He didn't have to go to that party. And then he didn't have to have this infatuation with Def. So it's not all on Puff. Peace.